Well, it is that time of year. Every mid-fall winter season, I like to make this video. And by every, I mean I've done it once before and decided that I'm going to do it every single year. And that is talk about the best and worst fragrance oils of the year. So again, like I said, I filmed this video last year and I really liked it. You guys seemed to enjoy it and I thought I would film it again. I have my handy dandy, very professional notes written down. Trust me, I keep information like this all year. So when it's time to come up with like my exact list, I know exactly what to put on it. Though I do feel this might be a little controversial, I think that there's nothing wrong with making videos like this. And we've talked before, you know, if I like something and you don't like it, that's okay. Just like if I don't like something and you love it, that's totally fine. And I know I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, so I see other people loving something that I don't, and there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone has different tastes, opinions, customer demographics, the whole nine. So saying all that to say, if you have something on this list that I don't like, continue to use it. It's not necessarily, though I try to give like details on why I don't like it, I'm not the end all be all. There's plenty of fragrance oil in the sea, as probably no one else says. Here's a quick tip. If you are purchasing fragrance oils, maybe you're early on in the journey or you're seasoned and have never heard this. If you are trying to get the truest picture of what your fragrance oil is going to smell like in a finished product, I would highly recommend taking it outside and smelling one at a time in the fresh air. It's something about the freshness. I don't know exactly what it is, but I saw this once in a Facebook group and it was actually the owner of Simbi Fine Fragrance, which we'll talk a lot about today in this video. It was actually the owner, Melissa, who is wonderful over at Simbi, who put this in her Facebook group. She said that if you're trying to get the best test, then you should take it outside and smell it. And ever since I did that, total game changer. Okay. So if you're trying to get that truest experience, head outside. And without any further ado, let's start with, maybe I should go one for one. That might be fun. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go one for one in no particular order. One of the best fragrance oils that I have smelled and used this year in 2023 is Top Shelf Speakeasy from Simbi. This smells absolutely amazing, guys. If you're looking for your signature home scent, if you do candles, I would definitely recommend that. I actually have never tried it in any of the other products I offer, but it is always a top seller and it has been my top seller, spoiler alert. I meant to save that for like a big reveal at the end, but here it is now. It has always been a huge seller for me. I would definitely recommend it. I did rename it. Some people choose, you know, you can choose rename it or not, whatever you decide. I did rename it to Home Sweet Home, but I've since upgraded my labels and will be changing it to Welcome Home coming up shortly. I just have like 2 or 3 left. And I don't want to like waste the label that was already printed. So I am going to be updating the name once those 3 sell and I can update the label. Oh, and I guess I should say none of these are sponsored. I did receive some of the oils that I will talk about in PR, but obviously I have my own opinions and none of the suppliers have asked for me to give an opinion, positive or negative. So just keep that in mind. These are all my own opinions from products that I have purchased myself and received in PR. Okay. So that was a really, really good one. Let's talk about one that wasn't so great. And that was Lychee Rose from Dupe Fragrance. Now, if you like rose, this is a beautiful rose scent. For me, however, it was rosy, but it was so rosy that when I made soap with it, I smelled the rosiness in the air of my house throughout my entire house for 4 days after I made the bar. And by that time I was like, all right guys, like we got to move on from this fragrance, right? I can't do this anymore. It smells really good, like I said, and it soaked beautifully. So if you again are making soap, it actually so if you are a soap maker, it actually handles very well in cold process soap. There was no acceleration, no rising, and the scent retention obviously was 5 stars. So it's nothing against the like workability of the fragrance. It's just the actual rose is just a little over the edge for me. But it is, if you like rose, you should definitely try it. But just know a little bit goes a long way. Up at the top in the best category, I would slide a white cashmere from Cindy. This one, if you like to smell luxury or are looking for a high-end fragrance that is more universally high-end, I would definitely recommend white cashmere. This is also going to be under the worst list, just FYI, with like a little asterisk next to it, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But I cannot tell you how much I love the white cashmere fragrance. It smells amazing. It smells like cashmere, but on a whole nother level. I've smelled so many cashmeres over, you know, my journey, and they have all pretty much smelled very good. This one does not smell like traditional cashmere. It just smells like above everyone else. Like if a regular cashmere had like a super rich aunt that took her shopping every Christmas and told her buy whatever you want, that's what this was. It smells fabulous. And I know I said Christmas, but it doesn't smell Christmassy. So maybe that was a bad comparison. But now I did also put this under the worst because if you are a soaper, it does not soap well, okay? And I hate to say it because white cashmere is my overall best-selling collection, but in body butters, in sugar scrubs, and candles. But I cannot offer it in a soap because the discoloration is so bad. And I hate to say it because I love it and I love Cindy so much. But, and trust me, I will never stop using this white cashmere fragrance just because I can't soap with it. But it does heavily, heavily discolor. Otherwise, it did well. It accelerated slightly, but not too much. But the discoloration, like I tried for a really nice shade, but instead what ended up happening was it turned like this like greenish brown. Gosh, I thought I had one down here, but I don't think I do. I ended up just using it myself, obviously, because I didn't want to waste it. But it smells really, really great, but just not great for soaping. And while we're already down here, let's talk about another one of the worst. And this one is the pumpkin coconut cream from Wholesale Supplies Plus. This specific fragrance has been in my cart for 2 seasons. This year, I finally pulled the trigger. I got it, and it smells good, right? I like the smell of it. But I made a soap with it about 9 weeks ago, and it is just now to the point where I'm like, all right, this is cool. It took forever to cure, which, you know, is something that you're gonna run into from time to time. You know, as long as you're planned accordingly, it's not a big deal. It's totally fine. But if you're backing up against holidays with a holiday type fragrance, then that can definitely present problems or a challenge for you. So the scent is great, smells great, and in the soap, and it worked very nicely when I was soaping with it. But the cure time is going to be a deal breaker for me. Luckily, I had tested it far enough in advance, so I knew that it was going to take that long. But you know, if you're in a pinch, this is not going to be the one for you, and that's why I put it at the bottom. Ooh, next up we've got a men's fragrance. Okay, men's fragrance. Here we go. Shave and a Haircut from Brambleberry is wonderful. I keep going like chef's kiss. Okay, Shave and a Haircut from Brambleberry. I really don't think even needs an explanation. It is great. I've used it in soap. I've used it in a candle, but not like to sell, just around, you know, my bathroom to see what it would be like. Smells great. I don't think it's like a universal home fragrance by any means. It's very much so a shave and a haircut. It's very nice for bathrooms, but I wouldn't put it like in my kitchen, you know what I'm saying? But I love this fragrance. It's my favorite fragrance for men that I've used all year. Oh, okay. This one did not work well for me. And that is the Caramel Cinnamon Latte from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Guys, it smells good. And I found this to be true for a lot of coffee fragrances. I think it's just maybe coffee fragrances in general, but this one in particular had such a strong scent that it ended up like turning me off to it. And I get that that might not be like a legitimate reason for it being under the worst fragrance oils, but I just felt for the amount that I used, it was like extremely strong and too much for me. So unfortunately, you know, that one. And obviously feel free to chat with me in the comments. I'm totally open to that. This is a community, and if you have reasons why you love these fragrances that I don't, please let me know. I didn't write any of this in Sharpie. It's all in my Flair pen that I used to grade papers. So, you know, I'm open-minded to it, and I know other people would be as well. So yeah, that one just not for me. Here's another one that's at the top of the list for the best and also the bottom of the list, and that is Lavender Haze from Simbi. I love it because it's kind of like a it is obviously lavender, but it's not plain lavender. It's got a really nice twist to it, and I really like that. So it is, you know, it's a really great selling product. I actually just added lavender body butter, and now that it's chilly outside, I can chip it again. I actually just added lavender body butter to my website, so that's really nice. I enjoy it. I kept some for myself. It's very nice. And the fragrance in a body butter lasts all day until you wash it off. So that's great. The reason it's down at the bottom is because of the soaping. So it heavily discolored, and I used quite a bit of titanium dioxide to make sure the swirl came out purple and white to match the body butter and sugar scrub that I made. And it turned out to be like brown and purple. So it doesn't look terrible. I still have it on my website because again, it is really nice, but it's just not exactly what I was going for. So if you're going to use it for soaping, please note that it does discolor. And notes for all of these actually can be found on my growing fragrance oil review sheet, which I have linked down in the description below. It was previously on my Patreon and still is on my Patreon, but I decided to offer it separately. I know a lot of people might not be interested in spending monthly for something like that. So it's down in the description box below if you are interested in purchasing it like from my website. All right, back up to the best. Malibu Christmas from Dupe Fragrance. Guys, I honestly, this smells absolutely amazing. I love it. It smells so good. It does not give me Christmas at all. And I even asked my husband, my sister, and my best friend, and obviously Sophia, my daughter, who helps me. Nobody was getting Christmas vibes from it. So I do intend to add this to my core collection and offer it year round. It smells amazing. It's a really great body butter. I changed mine to Miami Vice. Not exactly what I was going for the name of it, to be honest, but I just couldn't think of anything else that I thought like would suit it. So it is called Miami Vice if you're shopping in my shop. It smells amazing. I love it and cannot recommend it enough. It's great. Which leads me to something I don't love, and that is the Chamoy Mango and Chili Lime Fragrance Oil from Simbi. Simbi's got a lot of bangers. This one is not it. I don't like the combination. I love like those components set like individually, but I don't like the way that they come across in the fragrance oil. They don't smell clean. I prefer, you know, like cleaner fragrance oils. So obviously, again, this is subjective, of course, but I just don't like the way that they blend together, and I don't think that they smell good at all. It's just not for me. Now, finally, here on my list is a total banger from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and that is Bum Bum Fragrance Oil. So if you search it on the website, it's called Bum Bum. It has like the little asterisks next to it, which on the Wholesale Supplies Plus website means that it is a dupe for a popular fragrance. This one in particular is a dupe for the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. Guys, when I tell you this is a hot fragrance, it is definitely a hot fragrance. I obviously do think that it leans more towards like the summertime, but I can tell you every single product that I make with this, usually a body butter, a sugar scrub, and I made a couple of perfumes, they always sell out. Then when I had my 60-piece wholesale order that you guys saw, like in a vlog that I did here on my channel, the yoga studio owner who made that purchase ordered all 30 of her sugar scrubs in this fragrance. I'm telling you, it's a good one. I love it. It smells fabulous. It's very beach, very summer. So maybe not so much for like the holiday season. You never know though. Definitely deserved a spot here on this best fragrance oils list. And finally, another one, this is the last one that I have basically a lot of comments for, and that is the green clover and aloe from Simbi. Again, it's one that smells good, but it's just not, it's too green. There's too much green in it. I don't know. I prefer to leave that one behind if I'm just being honest. It's just not one that I find myself gravitating to at all. And once I run out of this bottle, I will not repurchase it. It's very green. I think maybe if I mix it with like a floral, that would probably be really good. That's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll do that come springtime if I still have it. I'll probably end up mixing it with a floral to kind of see what happens, see what comes up next. Ooh, that was a lot. My voice, it's been a busy week at school, so my voice is going in and out, as I'm sure you can tell. Here's a couple of honorable mentions I just wanted to toss in really quickly at the end. Coming from Simbi, if you're looking for a really very, very heavily floral fragrance, so this could obviously be under the best or the worst for you, would be Layla from Simbi. I also really love the Bright Sunshine. That's great from Simbi. That's great universally among, across my entire line. Then from Wholesale Supplies Plus, Blue Lotus is really just a very nice and beautiful fragrance. One from them that I don't really understand is the Butt Naked in Bed. Like, I don't really understand that fragrance. I don't know what it is. I just can't quite figure it out. I also very much so love their Frosted Cranberry. That smells great. What else? If you're looking for a really nice like baked goods scent, the Ghoulberry from the Flaming Candle Company. That's a really nice one. From Brambleberry, Wildflower Breeze, Sunflower and Sandalwood. Those are really great options. There's tons, guys, there's tons of options out there. From Dupe Fragrance, they have Rattan Wicker, which smells wonderful. They have another one that I really like from them is their Vintage Boudoir. That one smells really good. It reminds me of like being a kid and like playing in my mom's makeup. So I really like that one. It's very like, gives me like a moment, like a reminiscent moment. That's a really good one from Dupe. Bondi Beach is a really nice one from Dupe as well. That one's more summery, but it smells really, really good. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll talk forever about fragrance oils. You know that. I love fragrance oils. So if you are interested in purchasing that growing fragrance oil review sheet, I don't know if I said this earlier, but essentially what it is I have all the different suppliers and the fragrance oils that I've tried from all of them, and it is growing. So I update it each time I get new fragrance oils and try them out. And I give you my notes on how they perform in cold process soap, if there's anything to watch out for, the products that I think they will be best suited for, the cold throw and hot throw and candles, kind of that kind of thing. And any notes that I find might be helpful for you guys. I definitely need some water before I film the vlog that I have coming up next. All right, I will see you in my next video. If you enjoyed this but didn't watch last year's, here it is up on the screen for you now. And if you are interested in seeing how my replica surfaces back here are working for me, you can watch this video here, and I will see you next week.